Hey guys, this is the second day of me having my Mazda RX-8 home. So I basically left the battery in here and I put one on charge inside. With me plugging it up, this is like the voltage that is showing 12.5, and when I give it some juice it's also 12.5. So, but my charger is supposed to be fully charged, but I already started a few cars because I had to move some cars around, stuff like that. I got like 27 cars here. So basically I'm gonna attempt to start it. I had the car just kind of like sitting there, so maybe some of the fuel that was in there helped to lubricate things. Let's see how fast it even will spin. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Wow, it actually seems like it's picking up speed. I'm going to just kind of like leave things for about a minute and come back. Let's start this again. All right, let's have it, guys. Let's give it another shot. Boy, guys, it's a little hot. As you can see, I'm very sweaty. I've been basically working a lot on getting this car started. Here's a little thought that I do have. Just yesterday, after I done making a video, I decided to read the codes, and the reason I didn't read them prior to that is for some reason the OBD2 was not connecting good. It was like a malfunction. It just would not read. So yesterday I finally got a chance to read the codes. I didn't make a video about it because it's pretty late, but I had two codes of basically similar thing, which was a crankshaft position code, because I read it generically. So technically it's an eccentric shaft sensor code. So there was an eccentric sensor here, like inside. I thought it looked like an old one. So I'm not really sure. And then of course I checked before starting all this if there is one installed, because it looked like an old one. So there is a sensor installed there, but I am getting a code. So could it be possibly that sensor is no good or whatever? It's a possibility. My vehicle was doing the same thing. It was not starting because that sensor was bad. So anyways, yesterday, I decided to go ahead and order one. So I ordered myself exactly the same one that I installed in my other Mazda RX-8, which is a $13 type of eccentric sensor. Hey, it works in mine, so it probably is going to work in this one. So I went ahead and ordered it so I could just go ahead and swap it out. But I'm going to try to rotate this engine some more. I do have some other ideas. Which is basically just put in some oil inside of each rotary chamber by removing spark plugs. So I still have yet to try this method. I don't have time to try that today, but I will try that tomorrow. But anyways, let's try to start it up. At least things are good. I do have another battery that's fully charged that I will replace, and we'll go from there. So anyways, let's give it another shot. Guys, I'm gonna let it rest a little bit more than 1 minute because I'm also doing other things. I'm kind of like multitasking. The battery that's in here, it is the same battery that was in here yesterday. It does have a jump box on it, but I don't have one that's wheeled out and plugged in currently at the moment. However, I do have a freshly charged battery that's just waiting for me to throw it on here. I will try to seriously start it today by actually giving it 200 amps with a fresh battery. But for now, I just want to keep things spinning, making sure it's getting some lubrication, even if it's just from its own fuel. Possibly it's getting some oil at the same time. So, hopefully it helps. Let's try it again. It's time for me to swap in another battery, and that's what I'm gonna go ahead and do. I swapped in another battery. It's showing 12.8 volts of charge. So let's give this a shot. I know that's a little long, guys, but we'll just leave it at that. I'm gonna go ahead and let it rest for 60 seconds, and we'll get back to that. Oh, that was better. Before attempting anything else, I wanted to show you something. So I got my car up off the ground using my Daytona jack. Believe it or not, nothing else fits. This thing is way too low. Then, of course, I got a couple jack stands set up, one over there, one underneath. And I think I might have discovered our problem. So when you climb over here and you look at the eccentric shaft sensor, which is right there, it's gonna be really hard for me to show you this, but just take my word for it. That thing is shaking. That bolt is not even tight. That thing is just very loose in there. So apparently somebody maybe was replacing it and didn't get a chance to tighten it up when the vehicle was getting repoed or something. But I'm gonna try to tighten this thing up. I'm not gonna say that it's gonna start up because of that, but man, it should be very precise, and it's not. Anyways, guys, I reached in there with my tool, and boy, was it so loose. And at first I started thinking that maybe he stripped threads and this is why it's loose. But as I keep tightening, it tightened right up. So good thing the threads are not stripped. So maybe the eccentric shaft sensor is going to be where it needs to be now, and things will start. Hopefully. Let's, keep our fingers crossed. You know what? While being underneath, I'm going to inspect some other things. And here's what I could tell. These transmission lines are not hooked up. Well, I guess they're not hooked up because this is a manual, so it's not a biggie, I guess, over there. So it's a manual. So, but I thought I discovered something. Never mind. This still looks like an original radiator from Mazda. I just replaced mine, and I cannot connect it on my automatic because my racing radiator does not have these things. So that being said, looking over here at the bottom, we still have original cats in place. So there is no exhaust in this car whatsoever. So I think I'll need to replace the cat. And I got things propped up. There's the starter. So I probably need to order myself a faster starter. I don't know what kind of starter this is. I'm going to try to take a closer look if possible. So this is the starter, guys. Things seem to be tight on it. There is no markings of any kind. Fairly straightforward to try to replace this thing. There's the bolt right there. There's another one right there. A couple wires that you plug in, and that's it. I mean, it's a really simple job, to try to replace it. So I don't know if this is original, if they're market or what, but we know one thing is that starter needs to be spinning fast enough for us to start the car, especially with bad apex seals. Let's remove that jack stand, and I'm gonna go ahead and remove this one, get the car lowered. I can't do it without. Got it low enough. I'm gonna leave it like it is because I will need to get it back up. But I know one thing is, when I was buying it, I couldn't get nothing underneath there. We did get a Snap-on, one like this that looks just like a Daytona, and actually that thing is a little bit bigger. This is a lot slimmer, and I was actually able to jam this underneath easy. But the Snap-on, we actually had to lift it up by the fender, which could mess things up, just so we could slip it on there. But it was late, so I really did not make any videos on that. So anyways, let's try to start it now. All right, here we go, guys. What the heck? Oh, forgot to hit the clutch. It almost seems like it wants to start. All right, we'll let the starter relax and try it in another minute. Let's try it again. Okay, I'm pressing down the gas on the accelerator pedal, slowly lifting it off. Nothing. All right, let's give it another rest. He had enough rest. Guys, this is all the time I have for today. Try to mess with it. Next time I'm hoping to do a little bit more. Next time, which is tomorrow, I'm gonna try to do a couple different things. Now that I got my jack over here, I'm going to lift it up. I've removed the wheel. I'm gonna try to remove the spark plugs. I want to inspect the two upper spark plugs, you know, because they were installed. I never touched them. See if they're leading or trailing. I will remove them. Once I remove everything, I do want to put some 2-cycle engine oil inside of the spark plug holes, and hopefully that will help seal things up a little bit, and hopefully it starts. So wish me luck, guys. If you have any advice, let me know in the comments below, guys. But I think we're on the right track. I do think this Mazda RX-8 will start. You know, there's obviously I need to go over everything that this person was doing to it in order to make sure that everything is correct. Because here's the thing, guys, if the eccentric shaft sensor was not all the way tied up, like tight, excuse me, then what else did he do wrong? What if the ignition coils are not plugged in the correct order? So that is something I need to inspect as well. So I need to definitely take a look at that. The spark plug wires that I did have is a K&N. They seem to be okay. But everything's plugged in correctly in the right order, you know, leading, trailing, leading, trailing. So it's like leading 1, trailing 1, leading 2, trailing 2. That's what I did. So anyways, guys, I'll get back to you tomorrow. Write some ideas in the comments below, guys. What do you think? What else I should do? Keep in mind, I do have a way to test the compression. I think it's a little bit too early to test the compression on it. Let's just try all these things, but maybe we'll save the compression test for like another day, maybe like the day after tomorrow, if the car still does not start. Now, some of the things that I did do, I already ordered a new eccentric shaft position sensor, which is also called crankshaft position sensor. So we'll see. You know, I got my fingers crossed. I'm gonna go ahead and stick a battery on charge, and we'll start back tomorrow. See you guys. Bye bye.